What's going on, everybody? It's Zero here. I just wanted to make a video in light of Black Ops 7 coming out later this week. It comes out Friday, I do believe. And today is Sunday. I just wanted to get into a game of zombies here. I've taken a step away from Call of Duty for a short time. And honestly, I haven't played the Reckoning map. Haven't seen any footage on it, any gameplay. I know nothing about the map, which I hope is a good thing. I'm coming in blind. What I really wanted to do was talk a little bit about Black Ops 7 and what I've heard over the last few days. Like I said, I've taken a step away from Call of Duty. I've been playing Battlefield 6, actually. And I enjoy it a good bit. I haven't checked out the Battle BR mode. Everything that I see shines a good light on it. I wish it wasn't loadout based, but from what I hear, it is more on the simplistic side. It's not over crazy or anything like that. It's just it is what it is, really. I'm not a big BR player at all, and to me that's the biggest downfall. BR kind of runs the game now. I don't think Warzone and the BR realm should control the game as a whole. You know, the whole plating system in zombies. Man, it's a turnoff, really. I've got to be honest. I haven't seen anything on Cop 7. You know, I haven't. I've seen the first trailer, the teaser trailer deal that they came out with. I think back in May. That's all that I've seen and watched for Black Ops 7. I try to do that throughout the year, try to stay away from the hype videos and everything. But I still have friends, they talk about stuff, and couples played the beta, and there's some good things to hear from my friends that have played the beta and everything, and I am excited. I don't want to sound like I'm just overall negative about the game coming out and everything. I am very excited for Black Ops 7. I'm probably more excited about Black Ops 7 than I was Black Ops 6. And I want to know your guys' opinion, Are we excited about it? Are we gonna play it? What's everybody think? What's everybody's overall consensus on Black Ops 7? The majority of people, it's another Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 deal. Yay, we get Modern Warfare 2.5, and everybody's saying, this year we're getting Black Ops 6.5. I hope and I pray that that's not the case. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna play it, just because I've played Call of Duty since Modern Warfare, 2007. I believe that's when the original Modern Warfare came out. And people can say what they want, I'm not a glazer or anything like that. I do, however, enjoy Call of Duty as a whole. And yes, it pisses me off, and I get emotional at times because they make stupid decisions and everything, but overall, I love the franchise. I want to see Call of Duty get back to a community-driven game. I grew up in the phase era, everybody doing trick shots and things of that nature, and that style content that came with it, that style game, it's very slow paced. Even zombies, I'm running around like a freight train, at Mock Jesus. It doesn't feel right, and it hasn't felt right since Black Ops 4. Call of Duty hasn't been, to me, it's a very unpopular opinion. I enjoyed Ghost. I didn't play a whole lot of Infinite Warfare because they remastered COD 4, so I can't really speak on that. I played it a little bit. I didn't hate it. I enjoyed the jetpack era of COD. I thought it was very new. And so having that new, it kind of checked a few boxes. I didn't love it, but it was new and it was fun. We had several years of it. It kind of, there at the end, it was getting old. I'm ready to get back to what Call of Duty used to be. It may never get there, because Call of Duty is driven by Warzone now, and I believe that has been a killer for it. I think it's been a very, Warzone should have stayed Warzone. Warzone came, they made that aspect free to play, and I think that was great. It was a good move. It was a great move. It was in the right direction, but then Call of Duty became Warzone, and that is what killed the franchise. I mean, look at the numbers over the life cycle of Black Ops 6. You know, they lost 50% of their player base in, what, 3 months? That's crazy. Never in a million years would I have had that on my bingo card. Like, yeah, they're just, never in a million years did I see Call of Duty being controlled by a secondary mode, if you will. World at War, you know. World at War come out. It had zombies. It was more of an experimental mode. World at War had zombies. Black Ops 1 had zombies. They, you know, dialed it in there. Black Ops 2 had zombies. These later iterations, you know, of games that had zombies in it. Zombies didn't define Call of Duty. It was an additional mode. Seeing how Warzone has turned Call of Duty into Warzone Lite, it hurts me to see it like that. I'm not trashing on Warzone. I think it is absolutely fantastic. Battle Royale's not my thing. I know that. And so I just don't really play it. I'm more of a zombies guy. I used to play the old zombies a lot. This is not zombies. Zombies isn't about, you know, plating and armor and just, it's not, it feels wrong, honestly. Now sure, like, innovation is a very big thing. I understand that. But you've sacrificed everything that you've built in the direction of innovation. And that's just coming from me, you know. I very much count myself as just, you know, a casual player. That's all I am. I'm a casual. Hell, I enjoyed the 4 perk system, you know? Current Call of Duty, you just fucking, if you can afford it, you can get another perk. And people's been saying it for years, you know, why don't they just remaster Call of Duty? Well, I don't know the answer to that, but I would assume is because they think that it's taking away from, it takes away from, you know, this year's Call of Duty, which, I mean, if they did remasters, they wouldn't have to come out with yearly releases, you know? This year they come out with this, it's very innovative, or they do like they did with the Infinite Warfare, and they remaster COD 4. I mean, to me, you know, on the outside looking in, you know, as a casual, everyone that I'm friends with, they love the hell out of that. It was a year that, hey, if they wanted to play the new Call of Duty, they could, but guess what? They got an old Call of Duty remastered that they played the hell out of. And like I said earlier, it's a very unpopular opinion, but it is my opinion, and it's how I feel about Call of Duty. I enjoyed Ghosts, you know? Sure, it's what came after Black Ops 2, you know? Black Ops 2 was a great year for Call of Duty. And we got a game like Ghost. I enjoyed Ghost. I enjoyed the gunplay. I enjoyed, you know, it was the first game that introduced sliding. I thought that was very fun at the time, because, you know, all we've ever gotten prior to that is a dolphin dive, which is, I mean, kind of useless, honestly. And, you know, everything that I say, it can be said in reverse too, you know. Sure, sliding is what got us to the Omni movement system, and here comes Flash, you know, Call of Duty, and I understand that. I do. Cool. But yeah, that's just beating a dead horse, essentially. But yeah, like Ghost, Advanced Warfare, I enjoyed it all. Call of Duty isn't just meta weapons and, you know, how can I be like a walking Jesus, essentially, in this game? That's not the roots of Call of Duty, you know? That's sure, you know, World at War, you had fucking MP40 and Juggernaut, and yeah, if you were on a roll and you knew how to utilize that class, yes, you was a walking Jesus. But that you still could get your shit rocked. It was balanced. And that's what Call of Duty needs to get back to is just balance. There's no balance. Everything is Warzone this, Warzone that, you know. And that's with every year of Call of Duty. You know, that's not just Modern Warfare or Black Ops or any iteration subgenre of the Call of Duty franchise. And from what I hear, you know, on the multiplayer side, from what I hear now, like I said, I haven't really followed it. It's just hearsay from friends and whatnot ever. They have taken skill-based matchmaking. They turned that off. And disbanding lobbies are turned off. You know, whoever you play against, you are now in a lobby with them until you leave or they leave. And my goodness, what a difference that will do to the community. You know, getting back into the talking crap pre-game lobby, you know. I mean, that's still minuscule, but it still happens. You know, when people actually have a headset or, you know, they've got all that going on or they're not in a party. Yeah, like I said, very minuscule, but it does happen. I've been in a few. I'm glad to at least hear that is returning. And, that's a big need. That's a need that's being filled. I feel like Call of Duty as a whole, it needs that type of connection from the community. I say it needs it because that's what it was built on. That's what Call of Duty is. That's what Call of Duty has always been. You know, trash talking, getting verbally shit on by a 10-year-old. You know, that's Call of Duty, and everybody knows it. The developers know it. It's like they're scared of it. I'm glad to see that they didn't just fucking reuse the boss. Like that really makes me happy. Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't know. I love Call of Duty, and I'm gonna play Black Ops 7. And I would love to know how y'all feel about it. You know, are y'all gonna be participating, or what's everybody's thoughts? Are you excited for it? Are you not? Are you angry with Call of Duty? Are you know, what's going on? I look forward to hearing back from everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day. And on that note, peace.